BD here, welcome back to that hashtag show studio at San Diego Comic-Con. I think we're about to take a long walk. I had to. I'm so sorry, guys. JT Roy, thanks for coming by the studio. How's Comic-Con treating you so far?
It's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, is this not your first time here?
It's my first time.
No.
Yeah,
what?
the day after I got here, I was walking into Hall H with Mark Hamill and Roy Lee. It was pretty cool.
I dare say you just had the best Comic-Con experience possible, and it's all downhill from here. No, that's amazing, man. How was Hall H?
It was, like I said, overwhelming and incredible. I've always had I've wanted to come, but I had this feeling like I wanted to come with a project, the same way I felt about Sundance, and I probably should have come earlier, but I ended up coming with a project, and it was really sick.
If you come without a project, it's a different experience. A lot more lines, a lot more running around. But hey, man, that's really cool that you got to come out here. Running around with the cast of The Long Walk is probably really cool, and having everybody back together. Is this the first time everybody's been back together since wrapping? Is it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they all dispersed on their own projects, and this is one of the first times we got together.
Yeah. I think it's. I'm a big fan of Francis Lawrence's work. I would just love to hear about tapping into the story on this one. What do you think is going to make, what are you guys most excited for everybody to see about it in the movie?
Francis just went into this with a really fearless attitude, which is why I wanted to, I already wanted to write it, but I really wanted to write it for him once I met with him, because he really wanted to go all the way with the film and not pull any punches. And so I think he achieved that, and there's a brutal honesty to the movie. I think casting was the most important thing, and he handled that in a way that just blew my mind, because the cast couldn't be better.
Speaking of the cast, you have a lot of young actors and a legend like Mark Hamill. What was he? Was he kind of mentoring the young ones on this set? Like, what was the dynamic like between the cast?
They didn't. Some of the cast didn't even want to talk to him off set, because Cooper Hoffman didn't want to talk to Mark because he didn't want to like him. And that was his process. And so there was definitely like a separate camp feeling. It wasn't, and Mark said, I think on the panel, that he was hoping it would be like everybody came over to his house and everything, but it wasn't that way. Like, he had a very specific presence, and the character of the Major is just about as iconically authoritarian and villainous and crazy and intimidating as you can get. So there wasn't a whole lot of intermingling. So
was he then a bit more of the good guy leader in Hall H, since he's a veteran?
Absolutely. He was our leader here, for sure.
That's awesome. When you get like your Strange Darling and Barbarian out there, and you have these projects now under your belt that are so widely beloved, does that then you take that to a next project like The Long Walk? Does that give you a bit of confidence, a little bit? Do you feel like a little bit emboldened to take more swings once you have those projects that everybody comes to you and they really adore them?
Well, it's definitely easier to get the next movies made when the previous movies are well received.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been fun making these sort of different type of genre movies, and since they're connecting with the audience, I'm getting called all the time. They want movies like Strange Darling, they want movies like Barbarian, they want other things like that. So it enables me to make movies like The Long Walk and like Weapons and things that are just different.
It's probably ironic that I'm going to say this at Comic-Con, but I feel like superhero movies were the thing. They still are a huge thing, but from 2012 to 2022, that 10-year span, I feel like it was all superheroes were like the blockbusters, and now movies like The Long Walk, movies like Barbarian, there's so many new stories that are the first time, they're a new entry, they're not part of a franchise, that are driving people to theaters. What do you think it is about the pendulum that's swinging back, that's making people go, we want to see things that are on screen for the first time? And we still love the franchise stuff, but that appetite, is it fun for you guys? And what do you guys think about audiences and that taste shifting back to that?
I mean, it's probably, now that you're saying, it's probably the reason I'm working finally. I think that that's what I've always loved to do, original stories, and it's good to think that like the public there's a demand for that now. It's really, really nice, because and I enjoy the franchise stuff too in the theater, but as a filmmaker, I'm I've always been drawn to original ideas or adapting things from the writers I love, like The Long Walk.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming by the studio. Enjoy the rest of your first Comic-Con.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see The Long Walk. I think it looks awesome. I can't wait to see the whole movie.
See it in theaters.
Yep.
September 12th.
Number 12.
I mean, I'm a sucker for a theatrical experience, so I support that message. Stay tuned to That Hashtag Show for more from San Diego Comic-Con.